With only 3 sleeps to go until Christmas Day, a lot of attention is turning to the Christmas lunch menu, a very important part of the day. It has become an Australian tradition to serve seafood around the festive season, and thousands of Sydney-siders will race to the fish markets in the coming days for the freshest prawns, oysters and more to share around at the table. Joining us live now is the Sydney Fish Market Supply Manager, Gus Dannoun. Gus, thank you for your time this afternoon. The 36-hour seafood marathon gets underway at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Are you prepared for it?
Well, if we're not by now, then we've done something horribly wrong. Look, I think certainly we planned this weeks ago. It's something that we've been doing for many years. In fact, this is the 27th running of the Seafood Marathon. So we've got a bit of experience behind us after all these years. So we're all set, ready to go. Deliveries have been completed. Yeah, to bring on 5 a.m. tomorrow.
How much fish are you expecting to sell over the next 36 hours?
Look, in total seafood across the entire category, it'll be somewhere in the order of about 350 tonnes amongst all of our retailers on site.
So over Christmas, what are people stocking up on? Is it oysters, prawns, lobsters even?
Yeah, without a doubt, prawns and oysters often are I guess, look, people do come looking for their prawns and oysters, and the word I was looking for was the magnet, I guess. But it's not just prawns or oysters, which on that front, by the way, 120 tonnes of prawns we expect to move over that 36-hour period, and some 70,000 dozen oysters. But as I said, it's just not only those. You mentioned rock lobster, yes, particularly the last couple of years with the Western rocks not being exported to China, so we benefit from those, and we're seeing more of those can come through the market. But I guess also if you look at your fish, your snappers, your whole fish, your snappers, your Atlantic salmon, the barramundis, the yellowtail kingfish, these are the sort of species that often grace our lunch tables and our dinner tables come Christmas Day.
So when it comes to the seafood that you have on offer, what items give us the best bang for our buck?
Oh, look, I still think prawns is your best buy, when you consider the variety that we have on offer. And remember, we're so fortunate in Australia that we draw our products from, every corner, I guess, of this country, this lovely country that's abundant with some lovely seafood. There's about half a dozen varieties of prawns, and you've got your cooked and your raw. So I still think that they offers the best all round. If you're looking for something quite special, yes, that's probably the best value. But don't forget, I'm just seeing some of the images appearing on your screen, your blue swimmer crab. That's always a fantastic buy. And oysters, despite everything that we've been hearing about, the issues that the rainfalls have created in some of our oyster growing regions, but they haven't been across the entire country where oysters are grown. And so, even those are very well priced considering everything that we've heard negative about them.
And has the record rainfall that we've experienced this year resulted in the prawns being even better?
Yeah. Absolutely, it has. And it's, I guess, we always say when you get heavy rains, it's good for the rivers, good for the estuaries because it tends to flush the nutrients into the waters, but it also pushes those prawns out into the oceans where their growth rates accelerate. And so obviously we've had several of those happen this year. There's no doubt that the wild prawn catchers benefit from that. But also our prawn farmers have done quite well out of it. The rainfall just at the right times of the year to get the prawns activity happening. And so with spawning in the wild stocks and also with the stocks that we're seeing coming out of our prawn farms, we've got an abundance of prawns that people should not fear, even if they left their run to the very last minute, like unfortunately some people do. They'll still be able to find the prawn that they're looking for.
Finally, Gus, any tips for Christmas cooking?
Look, I guess the simple tip that I would give, like I guess most foods, seafood is one of those things. Cook it on a medium to high temperature if you're cooking seafood, but don't leave it on for too long. It's a quick cook. Take it off, even if you think it's not quite there, because the heat that's being generated, that's radiating through that meat is going to continue that cooking process. And even if it's slightly undercooked, it's not a bad way to eat seafood. So that's probably the one tip I would give, whether it's whole fish, whether it's just throwing a prawn on the barbecue, the same approach in every case.
Great advice. Gus Dannoun, thank you so much for your time and good luck for the 36-hour marathon.